Hello Hornets, I'm Raine Douglas.
And I'm Noah Boyce. This week, we cover a new segment, Catching Up with the Saline Alumni, spotlight one of our very own athletic trainers, and one of our reporters heads out to the Diamond in a segment of In Their Shoes.
All of this and more on this episode of Hornet Nation. If you are looking for a chance to support the girls' tennis team, there is a quad meet in Novi on Saturday the 12th, starting at 8 a.m. They are taking on teams from Eisenhower, Novi, and Traverse City Central High School. Come out to see some exciting matchups.
With March Madness coming to an end, one of Saline's very own alumni, Ella Stemmer, class of 2021, recently played in the Division I NCAA Women's Tournament.
Grayson Sloan explores her story of what it's like going from a high school gym to participating in one of college basketball's biggest stages.
Ella Stemmer has one of the most decorated athletic careers Saline High School has ever witnessed. She's the all-time leading scorer in Saline's history, playing for our girls basketball team, and then went on to become a 1,000-point scorer at Lehigh University, where she just finished her playing career.
I would say my parents and sister played a really big role in that, have always taught me, lifelong skills outside of, how to be a good defender or how to shoot the ball. So I'm really, I think that's really special. Developed some really strong relationships with my friends and teammates that are lifelong, and I'm super excited to continue strengthening those. But I've developed a lot since, and I'm grateful for, each lesson that's come along the way.
Ella and her Lehigh teammates recently had the opportunity to experience the #1 goal that all college basketball players hope to achieve, participating in the March Madness tournament. Unfortunately, Lehigh had a first-round exit against Duke University, but the experience alone was enough to leave Ella feeling proud.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I'm really grateful that I was able to experience it, my senior year of college. It definitely lives up to the fame of all the gear you get and the attention and recognition and media. I was doing press conferences with some of my teammates. We were able to use some of their facilities for treatment.
With Ella being such a talented person on and off the court, she introduced a deeper perspective on success, what comes along with it, and what it costs to achieve it.
Honestly, I really developed a strong sense of self and kind of found my voice and developed my identity. Really, that's one of the first things you do freshman year of college, and especially coming in on the basketball team, I had to kind of redefine what my identity as an athlete looks like, just because success looks very different.
Ella also has a very interesting career plan for her life after graduating that still allows her to stay connected to the sport she loves.
I'm pursuing a career in student athlete leadership development, so that's something I've really prioritized, is growing outside of the game and kind of developing holistically. So I'm pursuing a career that allows me to not only do that for other people and hopefully positively impact other student athletes' experiences.
Ella is a very talented and accomplished person. With support from her friends, family, and teammates, she is always working to be better than she was the day before. The future is incredibly bright for Ella Stemmer, and the only place she can go from here is up. Now, back to you in the studio.
Stemmer became the 24th player to score 1,000 points in Lehigh women's basketball history.
Additionally, she became the third player to eclipse the 200 mark for three-pointers made in a career. Congratulations to Ella and the rest of the Lehigh women's basketball team on their run to the big dance. Without athletic trainers, many of our teams would be plagued with injuries.
Bowie Thompson gives us an inside look on what it takes to be an athletic trainer.
Student athletes have many struggles to overcome, but athletic trainers help these athletes to prevent injuries and improve performance.
I work with all student athletes, mostly throughout the year, especially in the fall. I'm with the football team full time, but I am spread out through all the rest of the teams.
All athletic trainers have different ways to move past obstacles with their student athletes.
I do everything that I can. I'm kind of a jack of all trades, master of none, but for the most part, we do emergency care for injuries. We do rehabilitation for those injuries, and should the athlete need to go see a specialized doctor, we set up those appointments and make sure they get to those appointments.
Student athletes and athletic trainers alike have many difficult times, but it's also about the way that you strive through them.
I will help any student. Like, it doesn't matter if they're an athlete or not. If they have issues, I do not mind them coming in and getting checked out, and then that way we can direct them where they need to go to get whatever injury taken care of, and that way it's nice and efficient.
There will always be obstacles, but it's important to work your hardest to keep going and overcome struggles.
The biggest obstacle would be probably just consistency, getting athletes to come in when they're supposed to. There's 2 athletic trainers here at the school, and we have 1,300 athletes. So it's very difficult to follow all of them and get them to come in for treatments. And even if it's just stretching every day, it's hard to keep up with all of them.
Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Bowie Thompson. Now back to you in the studio.
Mickey Toulette has been a trainer for 27 years, the last 5 spent at Saline High School.
Athletic trainers are often not seen or recognized, but it is good to acknowledge those who help us stay healthy. Thank you, Bowie, for gaining this side of the story. Tonight, our baseball team has a home game at 4:30 p.m. against Ann Arbor Pioneer. If you can't make it to that one, the boys have another game on Saturday the 12th at South Lyon High School at 11 a.m. We hope to see our baseball team swing and slam their way to victory.
Speaking of baseball, Hornet Nation's very own Noah Morales heads to the Diamond to practice his hand at pitching in the latest edition of In Their Shoes.
Hey guys, it's Noah Morales. I'm with Liam Ginocchio. He's going to teach me how to pitch in this edition of In Their Shoes. So Liam, how would a varsity baseball pitcher pitch the ball?
All right, well, I think the first thing I'd say to you is that it's mostly about a person's personal feel about it. So a lot of people, this is called the stretch, where you're here and then you come set. The second part of it is to really make sure you stay in your back leg, because if you get too out front, you're gonna be winding this way and it's going straight into the dirt. So you really wanna stay in that back leg. That's the most important part of pitching. Coach Z says a lot, you wanna stay stacked, so you wanna keep your knee, hip, and shoulder all aligned when pitching. So you're right there. Probably the next most important thing with pitching is your pitch selection. So for me, I have a fastball, which hold like this, change up like that, slider, and then a curveball. And you want to use those pitches to be, you want to be able to throw those for a strike and be competitive with them. So for me, I like the fastball and throwing it, like for this guy right now, in on his hands. And then I really like the slider, because it moves away from a lot of batters and they swing and miss. So you want your momentum all going towards here.
Right.
Yeah. You want to make sure you release too, no?
All right.
Because you're going here and then just stopping.
Yeah.
Make sure you release it.
The whole body moves forward.
Even like after, just take like a couple steps that way if you want to.
All right.
Yes.
That's better. That's definitely better.
Strike here.
Dang.
Maybe all you need is an audience.
Well, Liam, thank you so much for teaching me how to pitch. Reporting for Hornet Nation, I'm Noah Morales. Back to you in the studio.
They made it look easy.
Yeah, someday I'm going to have to try my hand at pitching. But for now, it's time we wrap things up here on our end. We hope you enjoyed this show. Tune in next time for a senior spotlight on Sydney Hastings, a season preview on track and field, and a new segment of Controversial Calls.
Be sure to follow @Saline Video on Instagram and YouTube for show updates and behind-the-scenes content. For Hornet Nation, I'm Raine Douglas.
And I'm Noah Boyce.
Have a great day, Hornets.